Now it's in.
Hey, Kevin. Jrue Holiday is in.
Terrific. David, thanks. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Harden. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. Harden, that's good. Greg, a game like this, 2 offensive juggernauts going head-to-head. I mean, we're buckled in, ready to go.
I mean, listen, the rules favor offense in today's game. That's why league-wide scoring is on the rise. And I would expect we're going to see a bucket or 2 put forth tonight, Kevin.
No doubt. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. And that one's good by Giannis.
See the way Giannis kept going and kept his eye on the basket? That helped.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Out to Harris. Back to Irving. Fires the 3. The rebound by the Bucks.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Green against Giannis. And Giannis throws it down hard.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Irving against Holiday. Irving kicks to Jordan. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Giannis pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the dunk by Giannis.
Good quick hands from Antetokounmpo there, reacting well on defense and swiping that one away.
Harden scanning the floor. Lobs it up for Jordan.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Here's Giannis. 6 points for him. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Passes it to DiVincenzo. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Giannis has got 8 points.
Antetokounmpo with a great read there in the screen and roll. He knew exactly when to back off the pick.
DiVincenzo against Harden. Harris inside. He feeds it to Jordan. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. Lopez outside. Back to Holiday. Giannis outside. 4 on the shot clock. That one, no good. Great D that time from Jordan. Stolen by Holiday. DiVincenzo with it, and it's Harden picking him up, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Quick, active hands. Holiday knows a thing or two about collecting some steals.
And that foot injury robbing Dante DiVincenzo of much of his rookie season, but in year 2, he had a nice bounce back.
One of the things, Greg, that I think is most important for any player at any level is anytime that you're hurt, you still have an opportunity from the bench to pick up some of the nuances of the game. There's no doubt that Dante did that last year, and this year has stepped in and continued to contribute to this ball club.
Here's Harris following the basket by Giannis. Back to Jordan. He kicks it to Irving. Down low, and that's going to be a travel.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last 2 possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Back to Forbes. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. They're running. Moving it up. Stolen by Middleton. He's got a clear path. Goes up. And Portis throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Johnson. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And they're making sure on this one.
And so it's Milwaukee with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
They've got Portis. P.J. Tucker is out there with Chris Middleton. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with.
It has been nice to see Blake Griffin answer some early criticism and score from anywhere on the floor. That jumper is looking wet.
Forbes, the pass to Portis. Misses off the left iron.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lap.
Whoa!
Yikes.
I mean, that's a rugged play.
Goodness gracious. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. And Forbes kicks to Connaughton. And there's the pass to Portis. Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Johnson. Yep, that one goes.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Nets trail by 4. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Outside Griffin. Johnson surveying the floor. Oh, Griffin in position.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Here's Connaughton. He's covered by Brown. Johnson over to help. Here is Forbes. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Tucker can't get it to go. The Nets have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. He lobs it up, and it's all evened up.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Middleton outside. Puts the move on, and such a nice move to make the basket work. Middleton's got his first 2 points. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning. And your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And there's a minute 45 left here in the second. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Johnson with it. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Griffin. Pass to Luwawu. Outside for Griffin. It's rebounded by Portis. Milwaukee in the lead. To the paint. Back to Connaughton. Tucker. The tip in on the offensive rebound. Tucker's got his second bucket.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Here's Forbes. Drops in the layup for two. Now it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Brown inside. And they double up Brown. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Bucks leading by 6. Here's Tucker. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Griffin passes to Claxton. That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
Pass to Middleton. From deep. Rebound, Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
Saw the box score the next day and thought about those percentages. They had guys just going off.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 12 points. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Green is out there with Jordan. Then there's Irving. Then there's Harris. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Holiday with the 3. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn trailing. Lobbed up there for Green. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Now here's Jordan. 6 points for him. For the lead. Kicks it out to Harden. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and the shot is long. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bucks. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
The Nets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Harris outside. On the wing, Irving. Back to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Harris. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. On the wing, Holiday. He's covered by Irving, and it's good for 2.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Irving against Holiday. Irving dishes to Jordan. Irving passes to Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Portis. Jordan can't get it to go. Puck shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Tucker finds Antetokounmpo. Back to Tucker. Holiday with it. Lets it go from deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Irving against Holiday. From deep three-point range, the rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Green inside, guarded by Tucker. And that one's good, Irving.
Well, he's seeing everything right now. Fantastic job pulling the trigger when he's open.
Passes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Holiday. .131 left in the third. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Here's Harden. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. The feed to Lopez. Shoots over Griffin. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Giannis. Lopez has got his first basket.
Lopez powering through that time.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. And finished off by Griffin.
Wow, Blake Griffin giving you all the highlights right here. His jams igniting both the crowd and his teammates.
Now Holiday. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. The shot's good. And the Bucks lead by 3.
Drew's got such a great build. 205, 210 pounds.
Oh, he got it to go.
Patient. Bam. Woo.
And we get some fireworks there to finish the quarter. That 3 ties it up as we go down the home stretch.
Tie game in Milwaukee. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And here is Irving to the right side. Claxton the pass to Irving. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. Then for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Harris subbed in for Brown. Here's Giannis. No good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo, nobody back.
Well, not only being just an all-around more improved player, Giannis has taken some huge strides in terms of building his body up.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Harden the pass to Harris. On the wing, Irving. To the paint. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks lead is cut to just one on the basket from DeAndre Jordan.
But with the physical tools he has, Jordan's presence in the paint looms very large, and he knows to live there.
Back to DiVincenzo. Kicks it to Lopez. Clock at 6. Forbes the pass to DiVincenzo. He dishes it to Lopez. Tries yet again. Irving with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Green with the ball. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Bucks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here is Forbes. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for the Bucks. Giannis high post. He's against Green. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Harden's shot is off.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Holiday with it. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Floats it up for Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
Well, so exciting to see the growth of the Greek Freak. There are shots that stars sink, and that's a momentum changer right there.
Feeds to Irving, taken away by Holiday. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
And you've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that could decide the outcome.
On the wing, Irving, guarded by Holiday. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Irving.
And Kyrie right now taking it to another level. We know he's capable.
Holiday dishes to Giannis. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Jordan with some nice D. Jordan with it. Out guarded by Giannis. On the wing, Irving. Plenty of space. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. So it'll be DeAndre Jordan shooting. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee making a switch. Free throw good, Jordan.
Yeah, terrific and 1 on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 2. And the pass to DiVincenzo. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Big-time shot from young Giannis there. He feels more and more comfortable in these big moments.
Irving surveying the floor. Lobs it up for Jordan. Count it!
DeAndre Jordan has seen these moments before. Not usually the guy called upon, but, man, delivering in a big spot.
Giannis against Green. Here's Lopez. Yes! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Right side, Irving. Dishes to Jordan. It falls!
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to DiVincenzo. From deep. Milwaukee the rebound.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get...
The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made up as he's able to tie it up.
And how about the poise from Kyrie Irving? These are the moments he lives for.
To win the game. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of G8.
Hey, Kevin.
There's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. D.A., thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris. Then there's Green. And it's Jordan in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Here's Green. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Irving finds Harden. Back to Irving. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten the win.
George passes to Jackson. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Stolen by Zubac. One-on-one fast break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit. And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
At the elbow, Irving. Five on the clock. And the layup falls.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. He kicks it to Leonard. Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Irving. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Lobs it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Outside, George. Back to Zubac. Down low. A nice shot by George. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
At 6'10", George is really capable of dominating inside. I mean, defensively, you need to try to push him out of his comfort zone, get him out of that lane area.
It's Harden with the drive. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And the dunk by Batum.
Boy, the quick feet and long strides of Batum, especially lethal in the open court.
Harden scanning the floor. Harris finds Jordan. And here's Harden. Looking for George. He gets it there. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. Trailing by 2. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Jackson passes to Leonard. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Jackson down low, guarded by Harden. Clock at 4. Zubac. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Irving with it. He's coming off a 28-point game against Washington.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. And stolen by Jordan. Irving against George. They kick it out to Green. Irving looking for an opening. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A good close contest so far as we This has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Kennard, also Lou Williams out there, and it's man in at the 3 slot. The pass to Claxton. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Claxton with the bucket.
You've got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
Kennard against Brown. From 13, Kennard's shot is off. Nets leading by 3. Johnson outside. Pass to Llewellyn. Outside Griffin. Johnson outside. Back to Griffin. Shot on the wing. The shot, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
They get it back. Pass to Kennard. To the left wing. Here's man. And the Clippers miss again. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against Atlanta. There's the lob to Brown. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. You take a look at Los Angeles. Here in the middle of the regular season, they've been able to get the 4th best record in the conference.
You know, for Los Angeles, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And they're pushing it up. Williams with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. The Nets also changing it up. Joe Harris is checked in for Llewellyn, and it's James Harden in for Johnson. Out to Morris. Harris against Patterson. Leonard with no one around. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets leading by 3. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Williams, that's good.
I don't know if anybody has a more relaxed shooting motion. Williams very efficient and easy with that stroke.
Harden against Williams. That one doesn't drop. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's George. Morris outside. George looking over the floor. Second chance shot. Back to Morris. It's stolen by Brown. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Brown's got the ball. The Clippers grab the miss. Leonard dishes to George. That ties the game. George has got 6.
And guys, the best thing about Kawhi picking up assists is that it's contagious. When you've got a dominant scorer setting his teammates up and everyone falls in line.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Here's George over Irving. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Got it off in time. And that one is off. Tie game in law. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in two. And now with the second half about to get underway.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
No problem fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Irving is out there with Harden. And there's Green. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5, home in the paint.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
And Harden launches it from deep. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. A 2-point game. Jackson misses.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Harden. They kick it out to Green. With the putback. And Harden on the follow. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
I don't think there's anybody who works harder for his points than Harden does. I mean, if he has to attack the glass to get him, he'll do that too.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. It's good on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. Inside and stolen by Jordan. In transition, here come the Nets. Back to Irving. Now the feed to Jordan. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
And finished off by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Harden outside. Outside Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. High arcing shot, and he lays it up and in. Irving's got 7.
Give Irving some room to get it off that little floating jump shot of his, and you'll regret it for sure.
Jackson against Harden. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside Batum. Jackson from long range. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Paul George.
And he's struggling with his shot these days, and the analytics bear that out. With the true shooting percentage heading down in these past 10 games. But, guys, it wouldn't surprise me if that was a trend that he could reverse here tonight.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Nets also changing it up. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Harris. And it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his third basket of the night.
You know, defenders like to try to get physical with Williams. I tell you what, his strength belies his size.
Johnson, the pass to Luwawu. Feeds to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And Williams, here we go. And the slam by Williams.
And the thing about Williams, sometimes he doesn't look like he's moving all that fast, and then bam, there go the Jets.
On the wing, Irving. To the middle, deflects the pass. Releases from 15. Here's Jordan. The Clippers grab the miss.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
And it's sent back by Irving.
Irving bringing a little more intensity to the defensive end there, using his speed to get ahead of that shot.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Outside Irving. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Johnson against Williams. Pass to man. Outside Williams. Here's the three. They get it back. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
And Irving launches it from deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long four-game road stand. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then it's Williams. Then there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Williams finds Jackson. Back to Williams. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson passes to Williams. On the wing, Jackson. Shot clock at 6. To the wing right side. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in, and the Nets making a change here as well. Harden's checked in, and the Clippers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Patterson. And it's Leonard in for Marcus Morris. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for James Harden. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Well, they should be looking at a three-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
George with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Down low, and Griffin with the score. The assist by Johnson. And the Nets lead by 4. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Johnson goes in. It counts, and the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And the Nets making a change here. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown. Outside for George. Over Johnson. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Paul George.
And this is one of George's main strengths, a phenomenal mid-range scorer.
Now, here is Irving. He dishes it to Johnson. Back to Irving. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Lou Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. James Harden, he's checked in for Brooklyn. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Banked in off the glass.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
Outside Williams. There's the dish to Batum. Back to Williams. Outside Batum. 6 to shoot. Here's George. Rebound Brooklyn. Harden's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Irving. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Tell you what, I don't think there's been a single shot that Irving has wanted and didn't get so far.
Williams passes to Batum. 2 free throws come, and so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. Irving passes to Jordan. Harden left side. Back to Jordan, and it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflection.
Kawhi Leonard taking 2 shots.
Gets the first. That narrows the lead down to just 3.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. Irving kicks to Harden. Off target with his three.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
George finds Zubats. Back to George. Bullseye!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Yes!
Irving's got him falling right now, that's for sure.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
George against Harden. And the power on that threw down.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Harden against George. Harden's shot is off. Now Batum. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a three-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the three to tie.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Misses the three. So it's the Clippers. Take David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So the Nets starting five. We've got Irving. Harris is out there with Green. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harden in at the two-guard spot. And for the Lakers, Marc Gasol is out there with Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Schroeder in at the one. Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a three to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch five. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Deft touch on the alley-oop.
And these are shots Kuzma will take all day. He's very confident in his ability to score.
Irving against Schroeder. Irving looking over the floor. Here's Harden. The rebound by Caldwell-Pope. The Lakers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Morris.
Awesome at keeping his balance. Sometimes guarding Kuzma is impossible for the defense.
Outside Irving, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Gasol finds Caldwell Pope. Schroeder against Irving. Out to Kuzma. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's guarded closely. Misses from short range. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. 4-point game. Harden. It's stolen by Morris. It's stolen by Green. When you look at the regular season, Chris, was there a part that was more difficult, the start or the end, or maybe somewhere in between?
I would say it's somewhere in between, because the physical toll, is felt most down the stretch. But you get a time to refresh and renew and get back to it.
And so it's the Lakers with it, following the bucket by the Nets. Kuzma can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. I mean, he's a strong finisher. He exhibits great body control. Irving, he's a special talent.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Schroeder passes to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. Over Jordan. And again, the Lakers no good. Knocked away. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. On the wing, Green. Lobs it up for Jordan. And so Gasol will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Trailing by 2. Schroeder dishes to Morris. Schroeder passes to Gasol. Outside for Caldwell Pope. And he converts the layup.
Oh, man. I love how Caldwell Pope uses his muscle on the drive, just bouncing off the defense and nailing some pretty difficult shots.
Outside Irving from deep. Nets with the new shot clock. The shot, no good. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Suns. From deep, Gasol. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Harden on the wing. Pass to Harris. Pulls up from the corner. And he overshot that one, missing.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's what Jordan does best, an extremely lethal dunker.
Now here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Schroeder against Irving. Yep, that one goes in there.
Liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Here's Irving. Sweet little floater. Irving's got 6 points.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about food.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets lead by 2. And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his focus.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former Defensive Players of the Year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Well, setting the pace early, aggressive mind state. I love their approach so far.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Luwawu. Johnson is out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin, and it's Claxton in at the force line. Harrell, that's good.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
Johnson surveying the floor. Brown kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Claxton. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Claxton's got the lead. Back up to 2 now for Brooklyn.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Matthews. The pass to Caruso. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Shot clock at 5. Horton Tucker's shot is off. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Matthews against Brown. Over Morris. Pass to Claxton.
Hey, yo, right here.
And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Brown against Matthews. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami, Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. He competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction.
Caruso kicks to Morris. Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And with toughness and physicality, Harrell can simply overpower opponents offensively.
Johnson outside. To the paint. Right side, Griffin. And the rejection by Harrell. Right wing. Here's Caruso. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Johnson's got the ball. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. Another shot. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Morris. Harrell down low. Johnson's there. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Morris. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarrot. James Harden, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Johnson. Harris draws the double. 5 to shoot. The kick out to Irving. And again, it's the Nets missing. Lakers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Harden against Caldwell-Pope. On the wing, Harden. A 26-point game for him in the win against Washington.
Not to mention his defense. I mean, he was a terror. He came away with 3 steals and caused a whole lot of headaches. No basket feels better than a putback. Love getting rewarded for grinding it out on the glass.
Schroeder looking around. Here's Kuzma. He dishes it to Harrell. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
Here's Irving. And that one hits back iron. And stolen by Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Pass to Harden. All alone. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Harden's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Oh, I love how Harden pulls once he gets the ball. If you play off him just a little bit.
Harrell finds Caldwell Pope. Knocks down the three ball. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket of the night. 1 second left. Montrezl Harrell has been leading the charge. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, listen. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. It took them a while to get their lead. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to be.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we're seeing, guys, from Montrezl Harrell.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? Keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
We've got Caldwell Pope. Markieff Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol in at center. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Schroeder against Irving. Nets trail by 3. It's Harden with the drive. And the jam by Harden.
I really like seeing Harden take it strong inside. So crafty in how he finishes near the bucket.
Now Schroeder, his scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. Gasol finds Schroeder. Back to Gasol. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Lakers lead by 3. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Bruce Brown comes in for Joe Harris. Gasol passes to Matthews. It's stolen by Green. For the lead, and it's sent back by Morris.
Oh, man, look at Morris. Use his reach to turn away a shot. He's excellent at cornering shooters and sending their shots back. Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. A 2-point game. Inside, Harden. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Harden, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 13. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
6 on the shot clock. Morris passes to Gasol. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
Brutal. He's so crafty with the ball. The ability to score inside and outside. Just a terrific night from Harden.
Caruso looking for an opening. Gasol dishes to Matthews. Back to Gasol. Shooting foul as the whistle. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Looking to end his cold spell, and the layup good by Irving. Irving's got 8 points.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Griffin with the steal.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Matthews. And here's Harden. And he banks in the layup. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn.
And Harden loves getting contact on his shot, showing off his true muscle and level of concentration.
James Harden. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so it's the Lakers with it, setting the floor for the Nets. Griffin is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan, and it's Tyler Johnson, and it's Luwawu in a shooting guard. Schroeder passes to Caldwell Pope. Here's the teardrop, and that's 2 points on the layup. Caldwell Pope's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Lakers. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Bruce Brown comes in for Harris. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Kenny.
Here's Gasol. Here's Horton Tucker. Gasol passes to Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A second chance effort. And the basket is good.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
And it's Johnson penetrating. The kick out to Brown. Luwawu, the pass to Brown. Johnson for 3. The shot off that time, and it's the Lakers the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
Johnson right side. Passes it to Claxton. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Schroeder passes to Harrell. Stolen by Harden. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Schroeder outside. Feeds it to Harrell. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again. Well, you know they're going to go to Irving in these spots. He's tremendous at scoring when his team needs a bucket.
And there's the pass to Kuzma. Schroeder outside. From the wing. The offensive rebound. Harrell on the foul.
Bam! Harrell flying to the hoop. Always giving max effort.
Harden outside. Plays it up and banks it in. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
As if there was any question, Harden with the big-time play.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Timeout called, the Nets. They're behind by 2. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Montrezl Harrell.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Marcus All's checked in for the Lakers. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Schroeder outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Harden outside. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got 25 points in the game.
It's winning time. Harden knows his job description.
Schroeder outside to the inside. No good. Some solid defense from Harris. Brooklyn with the ball. Trailing by 2. It's stolen by Morris. Caldwell Pope against Harden. Back to Caldwell Pope. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Schroeder. Los Angeles with another miss. And the Nets with possession here. It's Harden with the drive. Gasol with the steal. Jordan against Caldwell Pope. Out to the wing. Beyond the arc. Cans the three.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll... Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Forbes in at the point guard. And for the Nets, Green is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harden in at the 2. Now here's Antetokounmpo. I feel like we always see a little more energy from teams, Brent, after All-Star Weekend. Seems like that's a much-needed break at this time of the year for a lot of guys.
Yeah, no question about just the mental reset and how important that is for guys to reflect a little bit, Kevin. We don't talk about that a lot, but to be able to go back and kind of retool yourself and what you can do individually to contribute to what you know the team might be missing, that's a huge help for a coaching staff.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Middleton dishes to Lopez. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Brooklyn called for the foul.
How about Lopez inside, showing some smooth, fluid moves?
Brook Lopez hits them both.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Green. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Lopez with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Harden against DiVincenzo. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here is Forbes. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Pass to DiVincenzo. The Bucks working the ball around. Takes a three. And again, the Bucks miss.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
The pass to Antetokounmpo. Doesn't go for it. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Yep, made the defense work extremely hard and did a nice job of getting any advantage they could against the team that shot it well.
Here is Forbes following the bucket by the Nets. Middleton can't get it to go.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. It's stolen by Green. Here's Harden, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Harden's got 11 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Kept alive. Here's Lopez. Passes it to Giannis. Up again. Fades and shoots. Middleton the pass to Lopez. DiVincenzo against Jordan.
Good size and the ability to carve out space. Lopez battling on the rebound.
Harden against DiVincenzo. And he makes good on the layup. 1:14 left here in the first quarter. Harden surveying the D. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 13.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Antetokounmpo inside. Working on Green. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
Green against Antetokounmpo. Irving drives in. Green breaking loose.
Excellent off-ball awareness as Brook was able to get over there and swat it away.
Just 5 on the clock. A deep three from Green. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Bucks trail by 7. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Giannis high post. Working on Green.
This is what makes Giannis such an elite player, his ability to score in those difficult situations down low with lots of bodies around.
Now here's Irving. On the wing, Harden shoots over DiVincenzo. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 5. recently on the subject of trash talking, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. They've got Chris Middleton. Portis is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. Middleton outside. Pass to Portis. Shot clock at 6. Off target from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Johnson, the pass to Claxton. Griffin down low, defended by Middleton. Griffin can't get it to go in.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
And the whistle blows. He's fouled on a shot that misses, but not by much. 2 free throws nonetheless coming up for him.
Middleton improving his game, improving his confidence, coming back after injury and working to become better.
Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Tuesday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And they are looking at a ton of road games in the next stretch, but this team shouldn't fear the idea of it. They've been more than capable of getting wins on the road, and I wouldn't expect anything less on this trip. That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Floats one, and Johnson with the lay-in good. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
Now the D might want to wake up to that Tyler Johnson floater. He puts that up there just with the right amount of touch to get it to go.
He's guarded by Johnson. Griffin with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Crafty move. That one goes in. And now a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
Blake Griffin right now working the inside game and has the skills to take you to school.
Pass to Connaughton. Left side, Portis. A rebound by the Nets. They've led by as many as 11 points. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game, it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
Portis can't get it to go. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trail Blazers. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Now here's Johnson. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Connaughton. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And Brooklyn has possession. Following the bucket by the Bucks. Johnson, the pass to Claxton. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Johnson. With the floater. Down low. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And stolen by Portis.
You take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Picked off in midair. One-on-one here with 4 seconds on the clock.
Oh, Look at that. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2-point.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to. And that's all we have.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
We've got Irving. Green is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Giannis, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Lopez with the steal. Antetokounmpo kicks to Connaughton. To the paint. Here's Lopez. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jeff Green on the wing. And here's Harris from the arc. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Lopez with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. And the dunk by Giannis.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
Feeds it to Harris. And Brooklyn turns it over again.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Drills the three-pointer. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 6 now for Milwaukee.
Well, great floor awareness as Antetokounmpo has a sense for when the D has overcommitted or shifted his way, and then he finds where his teammate is open on the floor.
It's Harden with the drive. The kick out to Irving, to the middle. Got a piece of it. Lopez with the steal. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
Here's Harden. Lopez with the block. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Forbes dishes to Lopez. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Forbes the pass to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. Lopez kicks to Giannis. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Green, no luck. Bucks leading by 8. Giannis with it, picked up by Harris, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
I mean, take a look at Giannis in his first year as opposed to now. That's strength coming into play now.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harris has got his first points in this one. Greg, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more. But it doesn't discount the importance of defense. If you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Harden finds Green. Here's Jordan. And it's sent back by Lopez. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. So for the Nets, Blake Griffin. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Brown in for Joe Harris. And Milwaukee with a change here too. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And they're able to recover. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Griffin. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Giannis passes to Forbes. There's 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. At the top of the key, Lopez. 5 on the clock. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. The pass to Forbes. From outside, off the mark. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting here about 46% for the game. And the jam by Harden.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Passes to Forbes. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game.
Into the lineup for the Bucks.
5 seconds left in the third quarter, and Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again, maybe this season.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 6-point lead at the end. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Bucks leading by 6. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then it's Holiday and Antetokounmpo. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Here's Harden. The rebound by the Bucks. Giannis has got his 5th rebound in this one. The shot by Middleton, wide open. That 3 off the mark. And so Griffin will bring it up for Brooklyn. There's the lob to Brown. Harden the pass to Claxton. Brown kicks to Harden. Harden draws the double. The kick out to Irving. He dishes it to Griffin. 4 on the clock. Back to Irving. And a miss there on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that's in.
And Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Harden outside. There's the triple. The putback, no dice on the putback jam. Down low, stolen by Harden. It's Brown with the drive. Irving from long range. Got a hand on it. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. No good on the three. Nets trail by 10. Here's Griffin. Second shot opportunity. Claxton the pass to Irving. Kicks it out to Harden. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Back to Middleton. From downtown. That shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it. Harden dishes to Brown. They could use a bucket. The three. Here's Claxton. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Here's Holiday, and Holiday throws it down.
And don't forget about Drew Holiday. He's got some ups, more than capable of getting up there to the rim.
Irving looking for an opening. In the corner, it's Griffin. Pass to Claxton. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Outside Portis. Fires the three. And the three ball is good. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreaking.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Nets have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch.
You have to respect the quickness of Tyler Johnson. Remarkable at leaking out there and getting free in transition.
Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. Holiday up top. And the layup is good.
It's a smart offensive play right there. When Holiday sees that chance open up right there, he's all over.
Now, here is Irving. Defense is right there. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Can't cash in from close range. Now Holiday. The three ball trains the three-pointer.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Johnson, a wide open look at the tip, and Griffin stays with it.
Well, Griffin is going to come to the game with a certain attitude, and nights like this where he's going after domination, he can be dangerous.
Outside Holiday. The rebound by the Nets. Here's Brown. That's good.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. The activity in front of the Brooklyn. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. And for the Nets, we've got Irving. Harris is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. And it's Jordan in at the center. Now here's George. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Now the pass to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. And the wide open shot from Morris. And it's off from three-point range. On the wing, Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, we've seen this one or two times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Jackson against Irving. From deep, George. He can't hit that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last one.
You don't like to count on points from your reserves, but they had some hot hands coming off the bench.
When you get that kind of a complete effort, that's a game you're going to win far more often than not.
Here's George. James Harden picking up that last basket. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Here's Leonard. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Outside for George. Jackson has the open look. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Irving with a clean look. And the jam by Harden.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Out to Morris for three. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Irving looking for an opening. Shoots the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Boy, the floor spacing that Kyrie Irving brings to the table is impressive. This guy can cash in from deep consistently.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Sweet move. He takes it up and lays it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Brooklyn with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Leonard kicks to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Morris over Green. Pulls up. Zubac trying to break loose. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Well, this guy's a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
Here's Irving. And the dunk by Jordan.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. Now, here's George. 8 points his last outing. And George with the stuff.
There's a toughness in the attitude of Paul George. Perfectly fends off the D on his way to the rack.
And here's Harden. 26 points for him last game against Washington.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
And the shot goes in. He has 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Outside, George. From past the arc, buries it from three-point range. George has got his second basket of the night.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Lou Williams. And it's Oturu in at the 5, roaming the paint.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the evening. That one misses for Johnson. Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. Had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
Williams with a clean look. That one off the back iron and out.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Oh, that's blocked. Here's Oturu. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Nets trail by 3. Johnson outside. Pass to Brown. Back to Johnson. The shot missing. Excellent D there from Williams. Brown against Kennard. Pass to Williams. He kicks to Batum. Williams passes to Oturu. Just 4 to shoot. To the inside. Corner shot. Offensive rebound. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. That wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Anderson passes to Oturu, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Outside Griffin. Off with the layup. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Williams. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Claxton. And there it is for him.
Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do. Find his open teammates.
1:33 left in the first half. There's the pass to Kennard. To the wing on the left. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Oturu. The shot comes out. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That's game one of a 3-game road trip. And it's Griffin with the rebound. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 5. The rebound by Patterson. Clippers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. 2 points. That one goes.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Johnson. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Pass to Claxton. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Tyler Johnson's always best when he's playing within himself. You have to understand, hey, I'm here to facilitate.
Johnson against Williams. Rebounded by the Nets.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Brown inside. Kennard covering. Brown, good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Kennard with the ball. It could go. No good on the last second attempt there. So that'll be it for the first half.
Kevin,
thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were always within striking distance. And that's all we have for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Clippers leading by 3. Harden out there with Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Green, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Leonard from 3. Offensive rebound. Zubats. Nobody near George. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Zubats has got 6.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Irving against Jackson. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Irving.
Boy, it's rare for a point guard to do as much damage on the interior as Kyrie Irving. You've got to guard him in there.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Here's Zubats. Can't hit that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Here's Jordan. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Morris dishes to George. The baseline jam. Off the left rim and out.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
The kick out to Irving. For the tie. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets trail by 3. Jordan the pass to Irving. It's good. This game is all even. 10 points for him.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Outside for George. And it's blocked by Jordan.
This is not the guy.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Claxton's checked in. Irving up top. 13 points in the game. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Irving's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Here's George. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Leonard.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
The kick out to Irving. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for Joe Harris. The Clippers also changing it up. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Leonard.
And powering it home. He ends a 12-0 run by Brooklyn.
Now here's Irving. 15 points in the game. Passes it to Claxton. Irving against Williams. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Count that bucket. And the Nets lead by 7.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
A shot by Batum, no good. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Banked in off the glass. And now it's a 9-point Nets lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Jackson passes to Batum. Outside Williams. Outside for Jackson. Here's Oturu. No good there. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in control with the 9-point lead to end. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Patrick Patterson, Lou Williams out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 3 spot. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right.
No, we don't do that part.
And George kicks to Zubats. Here's Leonard. George trying to break free. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut back down to 11. Big bucket there from Kawhi Leonard. Irving passes to Brown. On the wing, Harden. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Right side, George. Back to Zubats. George passes to Zubats. Just 5 to shoot. And George able to finish.
It's a lengthy list of skill that Paul George brings to the table every night. The offensive glass is just one aspect of a terrific game.
Harden outside. From deep three-point range. Back to Griffin. Stolen by Zubats. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Shields is checked in, and it's Johnson in for Irving. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Johnson kicks to Brown. Green against George. The floater, and Green with the lay-in. Green's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
And George, here we go.
What a terrific take to the rim. Paul George is just giving it to the defense right now. Tenacious on that drive.
And the first one at the line is good. We know, Greg, the NBA is full of superstars, yet you can foul out of the game after 6 personal fouls, and some have suggested instead just tacking on an extra free throw when a player commits their 6th+ foul, and then they can stay in the game.
You know, I think something along those lines could make sense. No doubt it's tough to see the marquee player riding the bench because it's not just the 6th foul, right? In some coaches, you pick up 2 in the first quarter, you're done for the quarter. You pick up a 3rd in the second, you're done for the half.
Yes.
So I would like to see something, but I think it's got to also be fair. Maybe you get free throws and another possession. Maybe something along those lines might be in the best interest of the game.
Here's Leonard, and the layup's good off the glass.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. They kick it out to Green. Back to Harden. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 6th rebound on the night, and Leonard has it in the corner. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Morris with the rebound. Clippers trail by 11. Leonard attacking. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post. Possesses great touch and great length.
Harden outside. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th. Outside for Jordan. Harris outside. Kennard against Harden. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And the Nets lead by 11.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Outside Irving. Outside Green. Lets the three fly. Hits it from three-point range.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
And here's George for three. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Even. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
And now the Lakers starting group. Dennis.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
Boy, DeAndre Jordan still able to throw down these fantastic dunks. And he loves when he gets a chance to do so.
Irving against Schroeder. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Irving drives in. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. And here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. And here's Brooklyn. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Lakers. 4-point game. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Yeah, and you know, those losses really hurt when you can't get anything going your way, everything's going against you. Very frustrating.
Given how crafty Gasol is, it's difficult trying to stick to him, especially in these screen and roll sets.
Up and in on the layup. Irving's got his second bucket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Morris kicks it over to Schroeder. And he banks in the layup.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Now Irving. He had 28 points in the win against Washington.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Here's Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got 6.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Caruso, the pass to Matthews. Knocked loose. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Luwawu. Off target from three-point range. Lakers trail by 5. Loads it up there for Harrell. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Irving dishes to Griffin. Can't connect from short range.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And Harrell slams it in.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Irving kicks to Griffin. From 8. Passes it to Claxton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shot clock at 5. Back to Irving. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Matthews. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, Matthews, a guy who's undrafted, is a crafty veteran now. Terrific at using his body to draw the foul.
He hits the second from the line. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. With 1 on the clock, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Harold. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Matthews. And it's Caruso in at the point.
And that speed and athleticism of Griffin, a lethal combination when he's on the break.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Here's Harden. Nice move. And it's good on the way in. Harden's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
I really appreciate how Harden handles contact, staying in control of his body, and tremendous balance.
Schroeder passes to Caldwell Pope. Feeds it to Harold. Schroeder against Johnson. Takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Marc Gasol is checked in for Harold. Nets leading by 5. Harden outside. And he lays it straight in. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Kuzma. Caldwell Pope left side. Latrey. No good on that one. The Nets go the other way with it. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
Kuzma finds Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot, and stolen by Jordan. Harden against Caldwell Pope. Over in the corner, Green. Harden outside. Kicks it out to Johnson. Right side, Jordan. Clock at 6. A shot by Harden. Wide open. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Caldwell Pope feeling it out of it. Here's Harris. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 4 assists in the game. Now here's Schroeder. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Harden outside. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. He dishes it to Jordan. Tries again. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Jordan's got his second basket of the night.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Matthews, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Floats it up there for Harrell. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Here's Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. 51 seconds left now here in the second. Out to Morris. Back to Harrell. Ferocious swat. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Irving. Luwawu, the pass to Irving. Shot clock at 6. Right side, Griffin. Caruso grabs the miss.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Here's Horton Tucker. Here's Morris. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
You know.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He had 13 points and 1 assist. And now with the second half about to get underway.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
We've got Green. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in its small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Irving. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
And Kuzma stays with it. Kuzma's got his first points of the game.
And this offense needed that one after 4 misses to start the half.
Nobody near Irving. And the 3 off target.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And too long on the shot.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor, and he's also become more efficient as an offensive player. But he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility, and offense is tertiary to his contributions.
On the wing, Green. The Nets need to get a shot off here, and he gets it to go. Jordan's got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Harden dishes to Irving. Caldwell Pope against Harden. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch. Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
It's good.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Here's Schroeder, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Schroeder's got 4 points this quarter.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Irving against Caldwell Pope on the wing. Harden. He feeds it to Jordan. Good D by Gasol. Lakers trail by 18. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. The layup missed. The Nets have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Irving with the ball. Picked up by Kuzma. The 3. Harden finds Jordan, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. And a new group in for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Johnson in for Kyrie Irving. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile 1 block.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Here's Horton Tucker. He's covered by Brown. Caruso. No good on the triple. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Nets out in front. They lead by 18. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Caruso from outside the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Harden with it. It's tipped. Outside Irving. Brown wide open. He fires. The three-pointer no good. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for the Lakers. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. And here's Irving. Pass to Brown. The dish now to Harden. The Nets working the ball around now. And it's Brown missing. Lakers trail by 20. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And Matthews gets it to go.
Matthews strong and confident, able to finish through tough defense there.
Irving passes to Harden. Right side, Griffin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Harris subbed in for Brown.
Boy, good luck trying to keep Irving down. I mean, he's more than happy to take the contact and finish right through it.
Morris passes to Gasol. Back to Morris. Outside Gasol. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Here's Green. lays it up and banks it in.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that third meeting.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
Johnson for 3. Offensive rebound. And the pass to Chioza. From deep, Green. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Caruso. And that one is stuffed right through.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Here's Luwawu. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Here's Caruso. Green with the rebound. From deep.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.